Greetings, beloved family of love's eternal presence. It is I, known to some of you as Mother Akasha, who greet you this day through my messenger Usa. On your earth plane, you have entered into your new year, 2021. I hold a vision, a truth for each of you, that you shall experience greater fulfillment, health, and happiness in your lives this year. That from the inner sanctum of your own wonderful spiritual nature shall rise a greater source of light, love, peace, joy, and happiness, abundance, than you have experienced in the past. Beloved hearts, in reality, despite world appearances, you are the most blessed, for today you can discover the truth of your beingness, the truth of existence, and more. Only a few centuries ago, true seekers would have to leave their homes, embrace a long soul journey of seeking truth, travel to far-off lands, hearing the good news about ancient mystery schools where they could become enlightened. Now, the Guru comes to you. Yet the greatest obstacle, the greatest myth, embraced by humanity, is the myth of God being a judgmental God. I urge you, at the very depths of your being, to know that no such God exists, that the Heavenly Father and the Heavenly Mother represent a universal consciousness of light, love, and perfection, a stream of consciousness that each of you can discover how to tap into and gain your freedom in the light. Beloved hearts, it is not enough to be spiritually aware. And therefore I encourage you to realize that being spiritually minded means that by your evolution and by your efforts, you have become spiritually empowered. And that every day, your spiritual nature, your spiritual power is growing within your lives. There have been too many who have become spiritually aware, who didn't think that the appearances in the outer world, especially such as disease, would ever touch them, until the moment was too late. Spiritual awareness is not enough. And that is why there are many now, including myself, who seek to reach out to each of you and to assist you in your spiritual path, to become spiritually empowered, to have the power of spiritual force, the Christ, or whatever way that you term this, growing and building a mighty momentum in your lives on earth. Only then declarations to the world of appearances, such as you have no power, only then, once you are spiritually empowered, do you come to that place where you are no longer touched by the limitations of the world. Now, beloved hearts, to assist each of you comes more divine intervention as promised. On Wednesday past, in my Tree of Life class, I made a very, very important announcement that I come this day to share with each of you. From the ascended and angelic realms of your planet, the higher dimensions of your planet Earth, are ascended and angelic beings, great cosmic beings, who have been waiting for the most opportune moments to provide greater assistance to the people of Earth. Such a moment has arrived, an important moment, dear heart. Regardless of the difficult appearances taking place in the outer world, this is a time when greater numbers of humanity will spiritually awaken, which will wonderfully impact their lives. Your Earth now enters a time where higher dimensional frequencies, divine energies, are entering now into the lower atmosphere of Earth. Entering the Earth plane now are new seventh dimensional rays, frequencies, divine vibrations of cosmic energies, all held within these new seventh dimensional rays entering the lower atmosphere of your Earth. Of course, the seventh ray contains within it the purifying rays of the celestial heavens. These seventh dimensional frequencies are coming in from the seventh dimension of your Earth and the seventh dimension of planet Venus. They are being projected and directed by great cosmic beings, the ascended host, and hosts of angels who live in the seventh dimension of your planet Earth and the planet Venus. As these frequencies enter your Earth's lower atmosphere, they will pass through the powers of nature, the forces of the elements. These sacred purifying energies will enter all life forms and all substance and matter that your physical bodies are composed of. Now, just as there are some harmful energies and frequencies in your world that can get into your brain and bodies and impair their function and have critical impact on the health of the people, these new seventh dimensional frequencies, they will pass through the substance of your brain and bodies just as easily and with greater intensities. Now, there is only good, only perfection, only light, love, and purity that can come to you from these seventh dimensional rays as they pass through your physical garments, entering into the molecular and cellular structure, as these powerful, loving rays pass too through the brain structure as well. As these divine frequencies pass through your brain and bodies. They will purify much of the density that is there, opening new spaces in your brain and bodies for the light of God Source to take hold. Where there only a moment previously was a certain amount of dullness in the brain that has prevented people from truly awakening to their own powerful spiritual identities. And where that dullness was, are new clean spaces within the brain, within the very molecular and cellular structure of the physical bodies. Spaces that can be filled with the eternal light of divine mind, eternal love of heart and soul. As each of you, going forward, gain more conscious knowledge of your spiritual identity and the purpose of your existence on the earth, will you find truth much more easily. You will understand your realities with greater illumination and discover the spiritual power to make wonderful changes in your lives, finding yourselves becoming much more happier, illumined, and less touched by the things going on in your outer world. It brings great joy to my heart to announce to you the arrival of these mighty seventh dimensional rays. Now all life will eventually be touched by these higher frequencies of divine light, eternal love, and purity that the seventh dimensional rays offer. However, for those of you who hear my words, and as the word passes around to the people of earth, I offer you a simple protocol to follow, that you may more quickly receive these God frequencies and vibrations entering your brain and body, and soon, dear heart, feel the changes in your outer self in a most pleasing way. It is a very simple exercise to follow and will require only 7 minutes of your time once a day. This can be done any time during the day, best done sometime between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Here is the protocol. Simply sit down or lay down. Center yourself, even your breath. Anchor your attention in your physical heart. Then inwardly express your gratitude for divine intervention. Then call upon your own inner spiritual nature. Call upon the Heavenly Father and the Heavenly Mother and great cosmic beings to assist you in receiving these new seventh dimensional rays, frequencies, and vibrations for the next 7 minutes. Then tell yourself to become open and receptive. Enter a silent space and begin to focus your attention upon the top of your head, the crown, the pineal gland, resting your attention there for a few moments. Then move your attention to the center of your forehead, to the pituitary gland, and hold your attention there for a few moments. While in this silence, simply move your attention to these two brain centers, back and forth, and create your own comfortable rhythm of shifting your attention in this way. Try not to let yourself become distracted. Rather, focus and concentrate the best you can. And do this for 7 minutes, once a day. Once a day is more than sufficient. Gain your momentum, beloved hearts, by doing this daily, every week, every month. Soon, you will find this new spiritual practice creating the most pleasant shifts and experiences in your brain, your body, and your life. Make a commitment to this daily 7-minute protocol. Make sure you are acknowledging you are entering into your daily 7-minute protocol to directly and consciously receive the new 7th dimensional rays, frequencies, and vibrations that are now entering the lower atmosphere of your planet. A gift of divine intervention from the great cosmic beings of the 7th dimensional hierarchy. Inwardly express your gratitude, your commitment to show up for these 7 sacred minutes, to receive these new 7th dimensional frequencies and vibrations, being open and receptive, allowing these frequencies to perform miracle work in your brain and your bodies. Your commitment to this protocol will provide each of you tremendous intervention, greater illumination. Now, there are yet unfortunate tribulations in the outer world. Therefore, I say unto you, how important for each of you to take care of your own personal world, your own inner world, and to try to not become emotionally charged about what is going on in the outer world's tribulations. Seize the moment in these opening years of the 7th Golden Age and realize the opportunity that is there, and know that any commitment to look after your own personal world, your inner world, to review what you value most, and to be clear with yourself that you value peace and harmony as the place that you live your life out from. As I said earlier in my moments with you, being spiritually minded in declaring the non-power of human disease and other appearances, this only works in a way that those appearances do not touch you when you are spiritually empowered. Just declaring words that something has no power to touch you is not enough, beloved hearts. Rather, to recognize true spiritual mindedness equals spiritual empowerment, meaning that through your efforts you have attained a personal momentum of building up your spiritual force, your spiritual power within yourselves, within your physical garments. This occurs as each of you acquires and grows a consciousness of conviction, empowering your life through faith, through prayer, meditation, decrees, and entering the sacred fire daily. As I have stated before, meditation is the bridge between your outer life and all that takes place and your inner God life, your spiritual nature. It is through the golden silence of meditation that you tap in to the stream of universal consciousness, of light and love, and all the attributes that are a natural part of universal consciousness. For it is the universal consciousness of the Heavenly Father and the Heavenly Mother from which your consciousness is formed. Daily, as you take steps, as you engage your spiritual protocols every day, and you seek that your consciousness merge once again with the universal consciousness of light, love, perfection, and all the God attributes within. Then, in that merging, you tap into that universal consciousness. And as the greater flows through into your individual consciousness, then all the wonderful spiritual powers begin to flow into your minds, your bodies, your life, and your world. As you take steps to increase your spiritual presence within your bodies, increase your spiritual power, raise your own personal frequencies and vibrations, and come to recognize the things that lower your vibrations, your energy fields, and determine those things that help you to raise your vibrations, your energy fields, etc. Only then do you build your own spiritual momentum and spiritual power. Then your declarations regarding the limitations in the outer world cannot touch you. Only when your declarations of thoughts and words, such as "you have no power," only when they are supported by tremendous spiritual power that you are attending to each day, building each day, then, dear hearts, your path of becoming an untouchable presence of God life, God power, individualized as you, the beautiful being that you are, becomes your reality experience. In all of this comes the great raising activity in which daily you are raised energetically, vibrationally, in substance, mind, and matter. You are raised beyond the lower energies that act as limitations and disease and poverty. This great raising activity is the tree of life. It is the path of resurrection. And therefore, this year, 2021, may you know, precious hearts, this year offers each of you significant spiritual rebirth. Therefore, from great heavenly realms come the great sacred mother avatars, the divine mothers who are ascended and free. I invite you to remember these divine mothers. There are many of them. Mothers such as Mother Mary, Grandmother Anna, Mother Metta, Mother Nada, Mother Vesta, the great goddess of Venus, and there are many more. This year is intended to be a magnificent year of birth and rebirth and birth and rebirth, lifting you, raising you, shifting you into the next magnificent frequencies of love, of light, that your life seeks to experience, that your life seeks to materialize, that your life seeks to manifest, assisting each of you to become a golden sun's presence of such shadowless light and eternal love. It is here, beloved hearts, that all of you, as you take these steps to continue to spiritually empower your lives, as you take steps to discover the divine interventions that are coming to your world from heavenly realms, it is here that each of you are so raised. It is here that the great I Am, the silent presence, the magic presence, the Holy Grail that is found in the inner sanctum of your being, soon declares, I am come, the light of the world. I am the light of the world, and I am come to make a difference. Blessed hearts, it is the most natural activity. It is a universal activity of growth and expansion, to always be reaching up to the greater and welcoming the greater into your lives. And as you begin 20 and 21 in your lives, if you will realize there is divine intention for this year, for those who are ready for spiritual birth and rebirth, followed by spiritual birth and rebirth, followed by spiritual birth and rebirth, that raises you daily, weekly, and monthly to new plateaus of such heavenly states of beingness, of joy, of peace and happiness, where no longer the tribulations and difficulties in the outer world can any longer touch you. And soon you become the force of love, of light, of spiritual power. The world is ready to receive. I am Mother Akasha. Whether you turn to myself or any other of the sacred ascended mothers, call to us, pray to us, ask, have faith, do not doubt yourselves or the power of life unlimited. It is impossible that you be alone. If you turn to the greater under cosmic law, the greater will always turn its attention to you, seeking to lift you, to heal you, to answer your prayers, your calls, your meditations. Let your faith be strong. Let your faith be remarkable. And remember that doubt is a terrible monster. Therefore, let not the lower frequency of doubt and fear enter your being, your consciousness. Rather know that you are loved. You have a destiny to fulfill. You have goals to set and achieve. You are free will, citizens of a magnificent universe. And we are all here. We are here to help you to become the victory of the shadowless light, the victory of love's eternal presence, the victory of spiritual presence and power. Namaste, beloved hearts of love. I am Akasha. Namaste, namaste, namaste.